I'm Nicole Versansky from 19 News. Here are the latest headlines for Monday, January 26th, 2026.
First with breaking news. First with new information. 19 News starts now with a first alert for severe weather.
We begin with the big dig out. Even though it's still snowing in some places right now, we got pounded by that winter storm over the weekend.
And now our attention is on the extreme temperatures. You can see a live look at the wind chill, -2 in Akron, Canton right now. Today through Friday are 19 first alert weather days. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Nicole Versansky.
And I'm Brian Duffy. Every day this week will be in the teens with lows near zero or below.
We already have school closings coming in for tomorrow. 19 first alert meteorologist Sam Roberts is here with all the details. Sam.
Just frigid, guys. A extreme cold warning in effect for our entire coverage area. That's the first one this season. We've had cold weather advisories, but with an extreme cold warning, it takes on a little bit more severity. It feels a lot colder on your exposed skin. So our wind chill tomorrow morning as low as 27 degrees below zero, maybe even a couple of 30 belows. So please take this seriously. This is exactly why we're already seeing school closures come in for tomorrow. The wind chill below zero all day. The air temperature in the morning also around 2 to 4 below. So it's cold, 15 in Cleveland right now, but it feels like 4 on your exposed skin. So if I walked outside right now with no gloves on, it would feel like 4. -2 in Akron, and we are tracking a little snow here across Cuyahoga County. 480, 90 on both sides of town, 271, and then down into northern Summit, Portage, Geauga, and Lake County. I had a spotter report come in from Chesterland earlier today. Over 16 inches of snow falling out east. So, we're kind of just wading through, stomping through all of the snow. The snow we have out there right now will end after sunset, but watch for slick spots on the roadways. More snow tomorrow with the Clipper and some lake effect. We'll talk how much you might see coming up.
And we continue to follow breaking news. I-77 in Summit County had to be shut down because of this image you see behind us.
Well, it's something else. Lucky some people weren't seriously killed going through here. A truck crashed, causing a highway sign to fall on to 77 in Copley Township. Stephen Hernandez is live near where this all took place. Stephen, what are you seeing now?
Thank you. It's been a cold afternoon in Copley today, but that hasn't stopped crews from clearing up this area of I-77 South behind me. A far cry to how this used to look this afternoon. And we actually have some video just showing that highway sign on a slant. One of the structures holding it up together completely fallen apart, and actually some images of the truck right next to it that police say is the one that caused all of this incident to happen in the first place. It happened just after 12 p.m. A truck actually going northbound on I-77 crossed several lanes before striking the left structure that held up that highway sign together. It actually was the one that directed drivers to State Route 21, to Massillon, and other directions as well. We do know that this is still under investigation. There was at least one injury. We're still working to find out who that person was and whether or not it was the driver of the truck. All this afternoon, 77 southbound has been closed in this section. 77 going north still open, but traffic going slowly. But as you can see, it'll still take a little longer before all of this goes fully back to normal. Live in Copley, Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.
Oh, that's something else. The snow emergency is over, but the struggle to clean up certainly is not. Neighborhood streets in Akron remain icy, snow-covered this afternoon and will be into the evening. First at 4, Brittany Weir live for us now with how neighbors, Brittany, are really trying to help each other dig out.
Yes, Brian, we have seen a lot of that around Akron this afternoon. And like you said, thankfully, they are no longer in that level 2 snow emergency. It has been downgraded to a level 1, but those roads, they are still icy and dangerous here. The main roads, they're pretty good, but right here, these neighborhood roads, these are the problem. We're right on the corner of Little Street and Noah Avenue, right off of Copley Road, where neighbors have been stuck all afternoon. But thankfully, those plow truck drivers, they are now making an appearance, trying to clear things out and get people out of the snow. The day after a major snowstorm usually means shoveling driveways, brushing snow off of cars, and slick driving conditions. When you drive down the streets in Akron, you can see exactly that. But you will also see neighbors helping neighbors. Alex Proctor just finished a long drive home from Michigan in the snow. How were the roads driving back?
They honestly weren't too bad. They were a little slick. Yeah. Literally the worst road we've been on was this one.
He started shoveling his driveway when he noticed one person after another get stuck in the snow, so he decided to help.
There you go, he got it.
Also lending a helping hand was Tyree Brown, whose son's car also got stuck.
It's really bad. Like I said, for instance, my son, I couldn't even get him into our driveway because of the simple fact that it's just too deep out here.
Neighborhood streets remain buried. Mayor Shamus Malik says relief is coming. Crews have cleared about half of the city's roads and are now pushing to the second half.
Even just one pass would be good, but I know there's a lot of streets to cover in Akron, and I know that people are working overtime and they got a lot to do, so it'll get done. I know that. I'm not worried about it.
Like we said, that relief is starting to come out here in Akron, but I do want to show you guys how much these people have having to be digging out. I've got our snow brush here, fresh pile of snow all piled up, and it goes right on in. So I'd say it's about a foot of snow here that they've been digging out in those driveways. Now, Mayor Shamus Malik also says there are about 57 plow trucks here in Akron still working around the clock to clear those roads, but the problem tonight will be that drifting. So if you plan to go out, please be careful. In Akron, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Okay, Brittany, and make sure you have the 19 First Alert Weather app downloaded. Just scan the QR code there, right there. It's a free download, really easy to do. So you can track the snow, you can track these temperatures that continue to fall. My gosh, tomorrow is going to be the worst of it from a wind chill perspective. Plus, get severe weather alerts, video updates from Cleveland's most accurate weather team.
Police are looking for a killer. An 18-year-old with his whole life ahead of him shot to death. 2 others were also hurt. First at 4, Catherine Huntley spoke to 2 people who witnessed the whole thing.
I see just blood everywhere. It's all over the floor.
Bullet shells. There was blood on the floor, on the walls. There was gunshots on the in one of the glass doors.
People who live at Jackson Towers describe a horrifying scene. Today, they are feeling unsafe after hearing the shooting last night around 7:45.
Everybody knows everybody here. We're all very friendly with each other. We help each other out. We never knew something like this was going to happen here. It's tragic.
Painesville police say one of their officers was already at the building getting ready to patrol when he heard multiple gunshots. The officer immediately went towards them. He found 3 shooting victims. One was Davion Talley, an 18-year-old from Eastlake who died at the hospital. A 17-year-old and 22-year-old, both from Painesville, were also found shot. Both went to the hospital. Painesville police did not say how badly they were hurt.
I always have said it gets closer and closer to home every single day with gun violence in America. And, now it's right outside my front door. And it's really disappointing to see that that's where we're at as a community.
People who live at the building said they saw someone running from the scene. As of now, the investigation continues. Painesville police have not said if anyone was arrested. Anyone with information should contact police. We also reached out to the Lake Metropolitan Housing Authority, who owns the building. They were closed today. In Painesville, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
This is a 19 First Alert breaking traffic alert.
Continuing to first alert you to 77, where we have that crash involving a truck still blocking 77 southbound between Route 18 and Route 21. And 77 north also has 2 lanes blocked around the area of Route 21. So if you have loved ones who typically head around this area of Copley and Montrose, give them that call to let them know they still will need that detour. Again, that's 77 south that is blocked entirely from 18 to 24. But there is a new crash that I want to first alert you to. This is on the ramp that goes from 77 southbound to 76 westbound. Speeds are just 36 miles per hour here. And as I take away the banner so you can get a better view, you can see that we have crews that have just got that car that was more right here in that grassy area back onto the roadway to get towed away. So make sure that you're paying attention to those first responders that are again on that ramp from 77 southbound to 76 westbound.
Well, President Trump says he's sending top border official Tom Homan to Minnesota to try and ease the tensions that are there. The president also spoke with Governor Tim Walz, this after another deadly shooting involving ICE agents over the weekend. Nicole Skanga takes us frame by frame to show what led to a federal agent killing Alex Preddy. A warning, the images are disturbing.
About 2 minutes before the shooting, Alex Preddy is seen arguing with officers. One officer pushes him back, and an individual is detained as Preddy's argument with officers continues. Preddy, holding a cell phone, was allegedly there as an observer to document what was happening. About a minute later, Preddy is seen standing in the street, filming, directing a car past him. An officer then approaches another apparent observer and pushes her. She moves to Preddy and holds him by the waist, and the officer approaches and pushes Preddy. A second woman walks over. The officer pushes her to the ground, then sprays Preddy with a chemical irritant. Preddy raises his hands to block the spray. Preddy and the first woman then move to assist the woman who is knocked down, and the officer continues to spray. Several more officers arrive and drag Preddy onto the ground. An officer in gray reaches into the struggle and comes out holding a gun that appears to match a photo of a gun released by the Department of Homeland Security. In this video, obtained by CBS News, you can clearly see the gun being removed from Preddy's waist by the officer. The first shot is fired about 1 second later. Slowed to a quarter speed, you can see and hear how quickly the shot follows the gun's removal. In another angle, you can see an agent watch as the gun is removed from Preddy's waistband before the agent pulls his own gun and fires at the kneeling Preddy.
That was Nicole Skanga reporting. This is a developing story. Be sure to stay with 19 News for continuing coverage on Cleveland19.com and 19 News Plus.
All right, taking a live look outside. It just looks cold over downtown Cleveland. We have first alert weather days through Friday. Dangerous cold. We have school closings, dozens of them already coming in. You can find them on Cleveland19.com. Sam Roberts will be back in just a few minutes with your first alert forecast.
Well, most of us look at this weekend storm and see it as a snow problem. And we're reporting on some really good news right here. One local high school sees it as a community project.
Vanderos is back with the good work of the Worcester Generals. This is a
Worcester
great
Generals down in Wayne County, big school, big football school. So what do you do if you're the head coach and you can't get your guys into the gym? You can't have them weight lift because school's canceled. Well, you do what the head coach, head coach of Worcester did. He put up this post on their social media. Attention, Worcester. Your Worcester football team will voluntarily be going out shoveling for the elderly in their neighborhoods Monday and tomorrow since the weight room had to be canceled. Take a look. We had got some video from the coach of the volunteers, and this is all voluntary, out there shoveling. As soon as they put that post up, boy, did they get a big response. And the team working in crews, there's about 15 to 20 of them that are working different neighborhoods. Well, they got right to work.
Yeah, we received a huge outreach. Hundreds of people needed help. And when we show up, they're so thankful. We're with a lot of elderly people here, a lot of people in need. So they're just so thankful and blessed. And we're just glad to give back to the community. It gives us so much and treats us so well.
Community shows up on Friday nights to cheer for you. They're out in the community helping with the snow. Now, they are looking at doing more tomorrow. The problem is the temperatures. They want to keep those young men safe, so they may not be able to get as much snow removed late tonight until about maybe noon tomorrow. More than likely, school will be canceled again there. But what a great project, great job by the Worcester Generals.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
Prolonged cold in our forecast from now through Friday and, even into the weekend and potentially beyond into next week. I really don't see us getting above freezing, although I'll give you a little good news before we dive into this. I am seeing like a 20 to 22 degree day potentially a week from today, which doesn't sound like much, okay, I know, but it's better than this. Look at our minimum wind chill through the first half of the weekend. You have to laugh so that you do not cry, right? Our wind chill tomorrow morning as low as -25 to -30. So that's why we've got that extreme cold warning in effect. And then Wednesday and beyond into the first half of the weekend, and 15 to 20 below here all of those days. Now, it's not that it'll feel that bad all day. It's mainly in the morning and, really late into the night, but still in the afternoon tomorrow, our wind chill below zero. So a couple of reminders as we just head into this super long period of crazy cold weather. We know we live in Cleveland or we live in Canton, wherever you are in our area. It's going to be cold in January and probably February and part of March too. But it's not often that we're, below 20 degrees for like weeks at a time. So be sure you're dressing in layers to keep in the body heat. Cover any exposed skin with a hat, gloves, drip your indoor faucets, especially on exterior walls, and keep your heat on. Car emergency kit with blankets, a shovel, all that stuff, jumper cables, and then keep the pets inside with you and check on people, your elderly friends and neighbors. We all have to help each other out this time of the year. Shout out to my neighbor for helping me get unstuck from the snowdrift this morning. My goodness, it's been a very snowy month and we have more snow on the way tomorrow. So little clipper system coming in first thing in the morning. That gives us a few snow showers early. So your first alert for the morning commute, it may not be actively snowing as you hit the road, but it will have snowed overnight. So we could have some slick spots or a quick coating on the roads. And then after the clipper moves through, we get some lake enhanced or eventual lake effect snow coming through. So first alert for the evening commute tomorrow, it could be slick out there again. I don't think we'll see a ton of snow with this, generally a coating to 1, but out in the primary snow belt, we could see up to 3 inches of additional snow on top of our snow. We'll show you that 7-day before the top of the hour.
Now your top 4 at 4. Take a look at this. Bath police sharing this picture. We've been all over this on TV and on 19 News Plus this afternoon. Copley Township, I-77 had to be closed today south of State Route 10. Just reopened, we understand. Minutes ago, there was an injury involved here. A truck went across 3 lanes, hit the median wall, and the impact caused the overhead sign structure and the signs to come crashing onto and across the southbound lanes of 77. That southbound traffic had to be diverted onto Medina Road.
Well, the Northeast now getting the last brunt of that monster storm we saw over the weekend. It dumped snow, sleet, and ice across much of the southern and eastern U.S. over the weekend. The colossal storm halted air traffic, road traffic in many areas. At least 18 weather-related deaths have been reported. The heaviest snow fell from New York northward into New England, and that's after heavy ice snapped branches and power lines in the south.
All right, we continue to learn more about the shooting last night in Paynesville there at the Jackson Towers apartment complex. 1 person is dead, 2 others were hurt. Police say an officer heard the gunshots. He was on scene getting ready to patrol, found 3 victims, including 18-year-old Davion Talley of Eastlake, who died at the hospital. Police say there's no ongoing threat to the community.
Akron police are investigating the deadly shooting of a 21-year-old. The body found in an apartment stairwell. So it happened here on your map. You can see inside an apartment complex on Sherman Street. That's just across the street from the University of Akron campus. Officers say David Green was shot several times and was killed. 19 News is asking investigators about what happened. No arrests at this point.
Our main source of vitamin D is sunlight.
What's that?
And in the winter around here, well, good luck with all of that.
Exactly. Vitamin D is important because it helps our body absorb calcium, which is essential for healthy bones and teeth. So it also supports the immune system, helps regulate mood. That is why it's important going outside on warmer days. When the sun's out, you can also get vitamin D, though, from foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, mushrooms, as well as fortified foods like milk and yogurt. Checking in with your doctor is the best way to make sure you are getting enough of the sunshine vitamin.
You can check a lab level to see if you have enough vitamin D or if you are vitamin D insufficient or even vitamin D deficient. And that's based upon the level of vitamin D we find in your blood.
So if you're not getting enough vitamin D, the doctor says a supplement may be recommended. Breaking at this hour, everyone aboard a small private jet died when it crashed during snowy weather. This was last night during takeoff at Bangor International Airport in Maine. The airport says, according to the flight manifest, 6 people were on board. The identities of the travelers have not been released. The type of jet model is actually prone to problems with ice buildup on the wings. The airport remained closed today.
Also breaking, dangerous ice from the nasty frigid weekend storm forced the University of Mississippi to close campus for the entire week. Of course, they're not really used to this. This is Mississippi's worst ice storm in more than 30 years. Look at that damage. That's awful. Coating of ice brought down trees, took power lines down. There are widespread power outages. We'll have more on what's happening in the South, the Deep South, in a couple of minutes. Well, Cleveland got hit hard, as well as everybody else, right, over the last 24 hours. At least 7 inches of snow measured at Hopkins.
Yeah, and it's easy to see that the main streets are passable, but those side streets, completely different story, right? Harry Boomer joining us live on the east side of Cleveland with the story. The roads any better now, Harry?
Just a little bit. You know, Hopkins ain't got nothing on this street. There was lots and lots of snow. Got down the street with a snow thrower doing his thing now. But the plow trucks didn't get to the street till about 2:15 this afternoon. So far, they've made one pass so vehicles can get down this snow-covered neighborhood side street. Some people had a tough time once they got to their residential street because of the snow that had not been removed. Before Samuel and his roommates living on East 75th could get to their side street, they had to clear a path down their driveway. They said it took them about an hour to get their car to the street.
I wanted to take my car out and it's kind of stuck.
Their problem was made worse when a city's giant plow cleared Chester Avenue. So basically, you guys were stuck on your street because the snow plow had sort of blocked the street entrance.
Yeah, it was like just huge, and like especially at our street, since we only have like very couple houses, and it took a time for them to get here. Just it's not main priority for sure.
Folks living in the city are used to having our aprons blocked by snow after a plow truck's come through. But all in all, many of the side streets are still being plowed well into the afternoon. Cleveland has 1,000 miles of residential streets to plow and around 500 miles of main roads to clear. So it's understandable that it will take some time.
Yeah,
let the machines do it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Don't stay out too long. I know it's cold.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Nicole Versansky. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe for the latest headlines every weekday. And a reminder, tomorrow is a first alert weather day for dangerously cold wind chills. Download the 19 First Alert weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts from our team of meteorologists. Cleveland's certified most accurate weather team.